If you don't know me, my name is Daniel Lorenzo. I worked 12 years for the Channel 6 art auction. I was a committee member, and with that, we put a 3-day live show and a gala every year. And then after that, I worked 8 years with Access Sacramento, where I worked with mainly four producers for 8 years, and we produced about 150 shows. So through all those experiences, I have some organizational tips for you. And I like to begin by saying that I'm going to go through the whole slideshow without taking questions. So I'd like you to either write your questions down for the ending of the presentation, or there's also a little box there to your right and you could just type them in there. Having said that, welcome to Get Your Project Started. It's presented by the Sacramento Artist Corps and Mahenta Media Group. I'd like to thank everybody for giving me your time. So let us begin. First off, I'd like to tell you that I'm an on-the-set guy. I am frank, I am direct, sometimes unapologetic. So having said that, you're gonna have your own style. Take what I give you today and make it your own. As I've always told my daughter, take the best of me and become you. So you're gonna filter what's best for you into your own style. So don't worry about memorizing every little single thing. You're probably gonna grab a couple things and say, oh yeah, that makes sense. So let's begin. I'd like to start in the light of the creatives. Normally, creatives bypass communication and put their feelings into their art. That's what we do. I'm a painter. I've been a painter for 20 years. We're never going to stop being the creative. But we can be loners, we can be introverts, and now you may suddenly find yourself in a new position of leading a group, a team. So, what I like to tell you is you have to claim your position. You have to be the lead. So if you have to write it down on a cue card or a piece of paper, whatever, do it. I am insert name. I have a vision. I am going to see it through. I am going to lead a team. You have to know yourself that you're going to lead if you want other people, a team, to follow you. And if you're a duo, decide beforehand how you're going to lead. But confirm to yourself that you are the lead. So you're the lead. Why be the lead? Why do I have to be the lead? Well, most importantly, it's really to free up everyone else's time and attention to do their job. You're going to be surrounded by a host of brilliant people. They can do what they do with their eyes closed, be it camera or audio, or maybe they're painters. Whatever they do, they don't want to be the lead. You be the lead. So everyone else can do their job. Do it quietly or politely, but be a solid lead. So you're the lead. What does that mean? Well, it means several things. It means you're in charge of having and securing everyone's contact numbers. It means providing water for everyone. And nowadays you have to have a felt tip pen so everybody can write their name on the water. It also means safety on the set. So I'd like to segue into Safe Set certification program. We're going to leave you a link for that. And if you're actually going to lead a production or a crew, you need to get certified on that for your own self. So it's going to elaborate on things that I'm going to leave out in this discussion, but it's Safe Set certification. And we'll leave you a link, if not now, at the end of this presentation. Okay, so getting back to you're the lead, what does that mean? It also means, and usually means, that you're feeding everyone. So first off, no warm food. Don't feed people warm food because that makes everybody comfy. I mean, you eat warm food, you're like, no warm food. You want finger food, you want sliced apples, oranges, cubed cheese, bagels, cream cheese. You slice that up into little pieces, cookies, crackers, chips. Nowadays we have to provide single servings, and now it's COVID-19, so prepare with your gloves and a mask would be smart, and then make single servings. So having said that, the best way may be to, if you could keep your production time down and ensure everyone eats before they go, and then just provide water on the shoot. but normally you're in charge of providing food for people. And believe me, just doing that will bring them to the table. Okay. Now, first thing, know what you don't know. Yeah. One of the first things you have to do is know what you don't know. You have your own expertise, sure, but you will need others to help you finish on time. Knowing what you don't know helps you organize. It gives you initial direction of what needs to be done for the production. Know what you don't know. You need go-to people for the things you don't know how to do. Find people who are knowledgeable of the things that you don't know. This also shows that you're a leader and can maneuver with any situation that arises, and believe me, it will. You should be ready to adapt to it. And you can do this if you know what you don't know. Place experts in the fields that in those positions of stuff that you don't know. Okay, so time frame. This is the most important aspect to your project, your time frame. Know your deadlines. Know the parameters of your project. Know when your project will begin. Know when it will end. Make a flag. Pledge your allegiance to it. The time parameter flag is most important. This helps you whittle down or downsize your idea for your project. Is this something that we can do within the parameters of the time that we have? That's the question you want to ask yourself. It may not be the time to do the storm the castle sequence. So keep in mind your own time frame. Confirm a project that can be done within your production time frame. We got this done because we planned accordingly. That should make sense to you. And now you know that you should plan accordingly for your given time frame. This also helps you select your team. Okay, so first thing you should think of when you talk to somebody is their schedule. This is our schedule. Can your schedule accommodate our time frame for our project? If the answer is yes, that's good footing to confirm somebody. If it's no, absolutely no problem. Move on, find somebody else. Pay attention to team members' limitations. If they're only halfway in, for instance, I might be able to do it, but my mother has a condition and we're all on standby. Another one could be, I want to, but my job might be calling me back. That small item will happen on the day of the shoot, or they will use it as an excuse to not show up. And by the way, stuff happens. Keep searching. If possible, always have a backup person in mind. And I would add, give each member of your crew a phone call, not a text. This confirms that they are someone willing to commit to communication. That can hurt your production if it turns out that they can't or don't want to communicate effectively. That guy, you ever been in that position where it's like, yeah, we're waiting on them to get back to us. Well, she said she was going to call me. You know what? You don't want I don't know in your production vocabulary. I myself will give an initial one-to-one phone call to each person. This tells them that they're important and what they say matters. Field their questions and ideas before the shoot. This clears the way for the focus on the production on the day of the shoot and confirms their commitment to your project. Have a pre-production meeting to confirm everyone's ideas and initial input. I suggest at least 2 to 3 weeks before a shoot, if you can. If you only have 1 week to do it in 1 week. Regardless, this gives you time to adjust production. I will say a pre-production meeting is most effective when you have both talent and technical fusing together for a meeting. You can make adjustments and get advice for it right there during the meeting. If talent has a creative idea that they want, you must have a talk to see if it's even possible for your technical team to do it. And you could do it at that pre-production meeting. So areas to be discussed could be locations, could be props, could be costuming. I know we have a short amount of time to get things done, but make time for that. You want the least amount of questions on the set, thus the pre-production meeting. Okay, we're getting to the end here. So I want to finish by saying contact important position people, such as editors, camera, or audio technicians. Remember, positioning yourself as a lead means you have a backup plan. It doesn't hurt to get to know talent in the media field for your future projects. A friendly call or contact with someone, if someone suddenly drops out, and they do drop out, be prepared to make a call. As I always say, expect the best, but plan for the worst. And you don't have to share that with your crew. You're just making calls on your own and getting to know people who are in your field or who supply audio, who have a camera, who can fill in, get to know their schedules. But overall, when you're picking your staff, there are no wrong answers. It's life, especially right now. So we don't want to lose friends or a companion or a friendship over a production. So overall, find someone who can absolutely fit your time frame and has interest in your project. And the most important aspect of that is that they commit to your project. Okay, so in closing, if you use momentum through communication, give us steps towards reaching a goal, be able to answer most questions, and if not, have go-to people to answer any questions you cannot, people will follow you. And guess what? You're a leader.